Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Bearded Lumber. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Got a little update today. I hope you're not getting bored with these motor planer updates. We film what happens here, you know, whether it's sawing, working on something, building something. This year, the big focus has been getting this motor planer addition up and running. We went from pouring the concrete. We already had the shed built, but we went from pouring the concrete to building the walls, getting it spray foam, getting the process going on our electrical. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little update on electrical, let you know where we're at. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, appreciate you staying in here with us. We're outside. This is our main 480 volt 400 amp disconnect. It is completed, it's wired, it's hot. I've even got the panel locked for that reason. It's hot, and this is not a safety panel. You open it up, it's not like a breaker panel. You got covers, you open it up, everything in there is easily accessible, and it's hot. So that's why it has to remain locked. It's not user friendly. Our transformer is up and running. You see the meter on the side of it. This for the people who don't know, and that included me when I started learning, these three-phase transformers don't use a standard meter. They use what's called a CT meter. It's basically a whole bunch of wires in there that attach to this meter box on the outside, and they go to the inside where your bus bars are, to where my power is hooked to the outside of that transformer. It wraps around that bus bar, all three of them, and as the power flows through, it reads it. Kind of like a water flow meter. You know, it don't interrupt the flow of water, it just reads it when it's going by. And that's what a CT meter does. So that's kind of the update out here. We're done. Got the hole back filled. Everything's as it should be. Let's walk back inside and we'll talk about that. You can see from our yard, we have plenty of logs. I've been on a log buying spree this week. It's kind of like anything else. When it's available, that's when you buy. So now let's talk about inside here. Our three-phase panel is complete. Now we can open this up. This is kind of like your home panel. Everything's covered, everything's safe. We're currently got our transformer on, and our other breaker for the motor planer is currently off. Now let's talk about our transformer here a little bit. I had to special order this one. I looked for a used one, couldn't find it. You know me, I'm a Facebook marketplace guru. Couldn't find one that did exactly what I needed to do, and these transformers are infinitely adjustable if you buy it correctly. You can do all sorts of different things with it. But I needed a transformer that could take in 480 volts, and that's what it does. It inputs 480 volts. It goes through the transformer, and it spits out 120, 120, and a ground. Well, that's what I needed to replace my old meter, was, you know, 220 service. You can find a lot of transformers that spit out 220, but they don't give you the single leg 120 with enough amperage. Now this is a 50 kV. It's rated at 150 amps in and a maximum of 400 amps out. So I went from a 200 amp meter, or, you know, that's all I could get from the power company, 200 amps, to technically I have 400 amps available now if I wanted to use it. the purpose of three-phase is get away from single-phase. So probably won't be increasing the amperage load on my 120 circuit much. Our intention is to move the heavier equipment over to three-phase. There's a cost benefit in doing that. But transformer's wired up. You got 480 volts coming in. You got your 220 volts going out, and this used to be plugged into the meter base. Electricians basically just unwired it, spun it around, wired it in. This current meter base, I should have showed you outside, has been cut off. It's not attached to nothing. It just goes through the wall and it's sawed off. Let's go here and look. Now, if you've watched our videos, you know we had to do this because we dug up our main power when we were putting in a transformer base. So our good local utility come back out here and run it temporary. And temporary lasted about 3 months because right here's a permit. April 17th, and we're right into September, so it ended up being a little more temporary than we wanted, but it's all gone, and that's the goal for this video today. After the update, is I'm going to take all this extra out. I've got the material sitting over here right beside the window. When we did this wall, we left some pieces, and that's what we're going to do is piece this corner back together. Even got a can of spray foam to fill the hole, and we'll spray foam the hole from the outside and then put a piece of wood over the hole on the outside. So what do you think, guys? I'm tickled to death. We're currently running on three-phase power. You know, that's been a goal since late January, 1st February, was to get this up and running, and we're there. As far as the motor planer, waiting on the electrician's time to get back out here. Oh yeah, we passed all our county inspections. Everything's done there. Waiting on them to show up and reevaluate, raise my taxes, but that's a story for another day. But we passed all our county inspections as far as electrical, so we're done with them. Electrician's gonna come back, come out of this box, across the ceiling to that box, to our motor planer, get it hot, as well as got to run from it over to the fans, get them hot. He's gonna wire in me a real fancy momentary switch on my panel over there where I can turn the fans on right in front of the machine. So when we mash the buttons to turn the machine on, we mash the other button, turn the fans on. Won't even have to go anywhere else to do it. That'll be good. So, got any questions on electrical, leave them. I'll be glad to answer them. That's our update on our motor planer. It's sitting over here. As far as we're concerned, you know, it's pretty much ready to run. The tool guy, their Weining salesman, Chad, we'll link him in some videos here later. He come by last week and we placed a huge order for cutter heads, knives, inserts, all sorts of stuff that we had to have. It was so much stuff, I told him not even worry about shipping it. We'd just drive over and pick it up. So hopefully here in a week or so, that when they get it all ready to go, we'll take a trip back to Mooresville and we'll pick all this up. We'll take you along for the ride. But like I say, I think we're pretty close to there. We got some little piddly things we want to do. Video come out just shortly yesterday, matter of fact. We got the safety covers finished up. We didn't realize till got down to the bitter end here of all our cleaning and swiping and repairing that there's supposed to be some safety covers on the back of that for whatever reason got took off years ago and never got put back on. So if you watch that video, you can see what we did. If you didn't, go back to it. Like I said, it was finishing up the safety features on the machine, because the last thing you want to do is ever get anybody hurt. And when you're working around this kind of equipment, you know, fingers, arms can disappear in a hurry. You get in on the wrong thing. Heaven forbid, we don't want nothing like that to ever happen. So we put all the safety features that it came with back on it. Until I get it running, I can't tell you that all the safety stops work, but they're all on there. You know, it's got travel sensors as far as up, down, left to right, you know, maximums that it can go. All those are on there. I won't know until it's running that they're actually functioning. If they're not, they will be repaired. So let's quit talking, get some tools together. I'm gonna get all this ripped out of here, try to get this corner back to a finished state. We've been waiting months to do that, but today's the day. We're here. So As always, guys, I really appreciate you watching. We're approaching 6,000 subscribers. I cannot believe that. It's an amazing thing. I don't take it for granted. Don't take it lightly. I'm the same person I was, a year and a half ago before I got on YouTube. And I'm just amazed at the number of people who want to watch what Matthew and I do on a daily basis. We just work, try to make a living. We're running a business. We're doing YouTube, but the business is what pays the bills. We got to hustle wood. Sometimes we may not film a whole lot during that week because we got behind, and we got to hustle some wood out of here. Just had a lady left this morning, 10,000 board feet rolling out here today. Matthew and I sawed it, we dried it, and now it's going home, and it's a good thing. I'll be glad to see what they build out of it. It's supposed to be building a barn dominium, but like I say, that's 10,000 board feet rolling out here today, and I've got a bunch sitting over there that's for other customers that needs to roll out of here, make some room. We've kind of gotten cluttered with finished lumber, and like I said already, I've been on a buying spree this week of buying logs. Yeah. You don't always like to buy them in 1 week, but when they come available and they're nice stuff, I bought, what was that, 18 8-foot logs. And I don't like buying 8-foot stuff, but I bought 18 of them because the smallest one was like 25 inches. They're just monsters, beautiful stuff. Make a lot of good 8-inch boards, or if somebody's wants some 8-inch framing, it'd be good for framing. But nothing comes up, we'll probably end up making this kind of material out of it. Tongue and groove. So I can stand here and talk all day, you guys. One day we're going to have to do a live stream. That way all we got to do is talk. We can talk, I can answer questions back and forth. It's on the list. This is weighed heavily on me this year, and I'm ready to get it off my back. So phone's ringing. Give me a minute and we'll get back to work. Okay, guys, you can see panel's been removed off the wall. Pulled the pipe that was going through the wall out. The only thing we got left is our ground rod attachment. Probably gonna save that and just go ahead and put it in this transformer for good measure since it's there. No need to cut it off. It's on 2 8-foot ground rods. It's an excellent ground, so there we go. Now we just got to piece it back together, try to make it look like something better than it is currently. Okay, sorry it took just a moment longer than I thought. Anytime you're doing tongue and groove in a corner, it gets to be real difficult. I took a minute and notched the tongue, and I cut the whole groove off the back to help get the next piece in. It happens just about every time you get in a corner. You don't have enough room to try to manipulate it in there, so you got to do something. I'm wishing I'd cut the tongue off the other one, but I didn't. It's too late now, so we'll try a little brute force. There you go. Sometimes brute force wins. Let me go round up my nail gun. We'll nail it in, get a width on this one, get it cut down, and fit it in there. Okay, sorry about that. It took a few minutes to find it. It got moved. I blame Matthew. He's not here this morning. It actually got hung up on the wall. So that was one place I wasn't looking, was on the wall. So let me nail this off and we'll get to the next one figured out. Okay, I need 3 3/8 from the finished edge here. So it's gonna go in like that, tongue side forward. So let me measure this out, go over here and rip it, and come back and install it. Okay guys, I'm back. I got our piece ripped down to 3 3/8 of exposure, not counting the tongue. I did cut the back side of that tongue off, so hopefully this will just slide it slide it there without a whole lot of grief. Not as good as be expected for sticking it in that corner. I'm not going to complain. Can you see it? There we go. I'll grab my air hose. I didn't have to mark for my nails because I nailed the first one, so I know where of course there's a stud at the bottom and the top, but there's also one in the middle I can get to. Okay, that's that piece. Now, have a piece of white ash left, and that's for our chair rail. We go right here. We get a measurement. 15 inches. I'll be right back. Okay, got our piece of white ash for our chair rail. All that's left is a piece of 3.5 inch oak base. Now, which one of you skilly fellers wants to crawl in there and measure that for me? Snug fit. Oh, 19 3/8. We could cut it off. That didn't take long. Here's our last piece of base. Lord, I don't know if you can see anything. It's tight fit when I get down in there with it. Let's see here. See if I can get down in here. I got this piece of 1/2 inch on the floor. I'm holding everything a 1/2 inch up off the floor. Okay, people. Real world. Did you believe the hardest part of that freaking job? Getting the darn spacer out of the bottom. Ah, whew. Some things just make life more fun. So let's take a look here. So you can see the old feed. It don't go anywhere. It's cut off underground. This is our old ground strap here. And we got the corner put back together. It don't take long when somebody's already done all the work and cut all the parts and pieces. You know, Matthew and I done that months ago when we were working on this. When we covered this wall, we knew we was going to have a problem over there, so we had to cut the appropriate pieces, have them left just sitting over here in the corner waiting for today, and today was this day. Not a big thing. Nothing in this project has been overwhelming. I mean, the electrical is above my head, but I hired 2 guys to do that. They may have apprenticed with Edison according to some of our viewers, but hey, they know what they're doing and they do good work, guys. So that's it. That corner's all tied together. The hole through the wall, I got a can of spray foam. We'll spray foam that hole full and put a piece of board over that 3/8 hole we cut. But I'm gonna hold off on this until I get the kiln open, because I got one little piece on the door where it kind of drawed up a little bit, and what I don't use here, I'm gonna put in that crack in the door so we don't waste it. You guys know if you use this stuff, once you open it, you can try to save it, but you're better off just to use all you're gonna use within the first hour or so and throw the can away. Good stuff, but it don't handle being open. Now, on the topic of safety a little bit here, you can see I got some labels. These are not expensive. I think I got $25, $30 in it. I ordered several 480 labels. There's one on this box. There's one on the outside disconnect. There's 2 over here on the machine. I also ordered some smaller ones to put on the conduit. There's one down here on this piece of conduit that says 277/480. And I do that, one, it's technically required. OSHA does require some of this, but it's also good practice. Anytime you've got a blended system, and blended being single phase and 3-phase in the same building. Now I know exactly where everything is. A good electrician can figure out exactly where everything is, but this just, if you've never heard the term, we use it in the South, it's the KISS method. KISS method. And it's an acronym for keep it simple, stupid. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple and stupid where anybody can figure it out. It's no big deal to label this panel as 480 volts. I got it labeled as 277/480 coming in, and I'm waiting on another pack of these that say 120/240, and I'll label it going out 120/240. I've got a bunch of circuits on the inside wall that I'll label 120/240, and when we add our conduit going across this building, it'll get labeled 277/480, just to keep it simple. Because, like I say, anytime you have a blended system, the color of wires between 3-phase and single phase will get you in trouble if you don't know the difference, okay? because the color code for this is completely different from your residential single phase 220 type stuff. So yeah, nothing wrong with a few dollars and some safety labels, just like all the warning labels are on that machine. It's so important. It's so important to Weining that I bought a 35-year-old machine, called them up and registered that I had bought it, and they sent me out every safety label that come on that machine when it was new, because they understand the safety aspect of it. They have no liability. I didn't buy that machine from them. They produced it 35 years ago. You know, they shouldn't have any liability left on that machine. But they're so concerned with safety that they're willing to spend a few dollars and ship me out all the safety labels, and I've already put them all back on there, and I'm glad they did. You know, it's for my safety. It's not for theirs, it's for mine and Matthew's. So never skip on safety, people. I'm old enough now, and a lot of you guys I know from the analytics watching are my age or older. You skipped on safety once or twice in your life and you paid the price. And that's the last thing we want to do is see somebody that we're in charge of or younger or we could have done better skip on safety and get hurt because of it. So enough on that. You know, we all know better. So if you got any questions, comments on this, drop them in the description below. I'll be glad to answer them. I've had a few comments about us advertising for Joe Main. Joe Main does not pay me. Industrial Cutting Tools does not pay me. I advertise for them for one simple reason. They're an excellent company to do business with, people. I guarantee you I can pick up my phone right now and call and they will answer. Now, our good buddy Joe is probably no longer there by the time you watch this video. He has taken a position at another company. As soon as I'm authorized to say what that is, I'll share it with you. But I'm still good friends with Industrial Cutting Tools. I'm actually waiting on sit down with whoever's going to replace Mr. Joe Main. But yeah, I don't make any money off this. This is strictly because we as sawyers are looking for people that will help us in our business, not just, you know, hand out money, but I'm talking about knowledge, expertise, being there, being available when you need some help, you know. And that's what I found with this outfit, and I'm gonna stick with them. I appreciate them. Also, Solomon, Third Beard Fishing, you know, he's my son-in-law. I'm indebted, but man, he does a ton of work on our videos, a lot of work on our editing. And hang on, let me catch this. This is my electrician. Be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. This is real world, guys. I run a business. A business pays the bills. YouTube don't. I thoroughly enjoy the YouTube part of it. I like bringing y'all along for the journey. And I'm a YouTube fan. I ain't sit down and counted. I probably got 20, maybe 30 channels I really enjoy watching. I know the characters. I know their backstory. You know, and I enjoy keeping up with what's going on around their personal projects, their business projects and stuff. So I understand that aspect of it, and we greatly appreciate you going along this journey with us, with this molder planer. It's getting a little long in the tooth, I will agree. It's been months and months and months, but this is real world. This stuff just don't happen overnight. It's nice when you can snap your fingers and things happen, but this takes time. That phone call was my electrician. He's wanting to confirm my address. He's at work right now, but he's going to have the electrical supply house is going to come by probably today, drop off a bunch of conduit and wire to wire in the machine. He says if it all gets dropped off, they might come over tomorrow and do it. So I might have another video real quick getting this wired up. It tickles me to no end. And as soon as before I got off the phone, wife come down and talked to her a minute. She's heading out with she calls them the old women. My mom and two of my aunts, they're out roaming the neighborhoods causing trouble, but they're going shopping. So anyway, that's gonna do it today, guys. Like I say, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you watching. It's a joy. The comments, I see a lot of YouTubers, you know, that bemoan getting a lot of negative comments, and I've gotten a few, but hey, I'm thick-skinned. I'm 57-year-old, soon to be 58. See these hands? These hands are hard. The rest of them is hard too. I can take it. I've dealt with the public my whole life. I've dealt with good people. I've dealt with what we call b-holes, you know. I've dealt with them all. It don't bother me. I like them all. I consider it a challenge. I dealt with some of the hardest people you could ever imagine in food service, and I consider it a challenge to learn how to associate with them and turn an adversarial person into a friendly person. I made some friends with people that like, how do you get along with them? I said, I learned what interests them. I put forth the effort to get past their obnoxious behavior and either treated them that way or told them I wasn't going to tolerate that kind of behavior, and ended up having some good long-term friendships with some people that most people couldn't tolerate. And you can do the same if you put some effort into it. Most people at their core are decent people. Once you get to know them, if you'll spend the time to find out what animates people. And it was hard when I was in my 20s. I'll admit that. I made a lot of failures. But as I got older and stayed in the same line of work, I spent 35 years in delivery, dealing with customers, whether I was selling soda or food service. And I had learned a lot of adversarial people. They have some issues, but a lot of times the issue is you, how you're dealing with them. Sometimes you deal with them a little softer hand. Sometimes you just slap them upside the head. I had several of them at, you know, they just, them kind of people, they'd start running their mouth. I'm like, hey, buddy, everybody gets a shot at prize. Walk your butt outside, and we're going to fix it right now. And they go, oh, wait. I said, I ain't gonna put up with that. You know, I ain't coming in here to get cussed at. If you want to play that game, close the door, and one of us will walk out. Just be, you know, and it broke the ice, and we got along, spent years. Good buddy, I'd walk in there every day, and he'd holler at me, you know, and I considered it a personal challenge to have somebody that didn't like me. And I do the same thing here with YouTube. If you dislike what I do, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say bad things about you in comments. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I like questions. Questions are great. Like I said, when we quit learning, we might as well get us a tomb rock, get out here in the ground and be done. It's a joy to learn something new every day. My only issue is with age, you know, your mental capacities are different. You learn something, and then you're like, 2 days later, you're like, I still wrote that down. I done forgot. You know, you guys tell me. You tell me I'm right. I know it. Matthew and I took this course for our boulder planer, and we both said, man, I wish that class had been yesterday. I wouldn't have forgotten near as much, but so is life. Guys, it's a pleasure. As always, if you got any questions, just drop them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. It's a blessing that you're on the other side watching this. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it, and we'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.